Geomancer for Clan Boss. That's right. We're going to break it all down today in this video. Let's go. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here, and I'm on my dude Thorbaw's account today for this crazy awesome strategy. We have none other than the brand new Dwarven champion, Geomancer, and his bright and smiling face is going to be awesome in Clan Boss. And if you need some assistance, if you want a cool champion to use in your Clan Boss team, this is the guy for you. So first things first, we're going to talk about his kit and why you would want to use him in Clan Boss. I mean, he's angry enough to definitely help you out on your team, but his kit makes him very, very good for this team. Now, in today's Clan Boss team, we're going to be looking at the budget Unkillable team. And so I'll go over the basics of that as well. And then we'll take a look at some Clan Boss damage, and I will go through how to set up this team for you. Okay? Now, Geomancer to start out with. Okay? I like to start with the A3. Okay? Depletes the target's turn meter and fills his turn meter. Okay. That has nothing happens there on the Clan Boss. Okay, if you want to use him in another area of the game, great. But for Clan Boss, there's no going to be turn meter swapping. What we are going to get is HP burn and weaken. Now, you might think that we could use another champion for the weaken, but he's going to be an integral part, and that weaken is no exception. That HP burn is going to bring a lot of damage as well. His A2, remove all buffs from target enemy, then attacks them, steals them if they're under an HP burn, okay? And that's actually cool because against the affinity clan bosses, he's going to steal those buffs, and sometimes that can make him do more damage. He's also going to reduce the cooldown of his HP burn skill if you use him in other areas of the game and he kills somebody. Okay, this is an attack-based champion too, so you want to be careful to probably build him a little bit different here than in this video if you're using him outside of your Clan Boss team. We don't really care about his A1, placing the decreased accuracy. It's fine, it's going to go on there, it's not going to be helpful against the Clan Boss, but again, if you're going to use him in like Faction Wars or something, very useful ability there. That's it, you know, and that's the reason why he's so great. Just kidding, okay? That actually, none of those abilities are what make him great. What makes him great is this passive. It's crazy, guys. Before we do that, I'm going to hop over to the Masteries just to show you there what they are, okay? On this champion, we have the Giant Slayer Mastery, and this is the mastery that does the most damage against the Clan Boss and dungeon bosses in general if you have like multi-hit abilities. But if we come over here, this doesn't hit them at all. This is a single attack, and this is a single attack. But on his passive, he's actually going to be able to proc this mastery. You heard it right, and you will see it here in a minute as well. He's going to decrease the damage all allies receive. That doesn't matter. He's going to deflect that damage onto each enemy under HP burn. So every time your champions take damage, he's going to have a 5-hitter ability because you're going to take damage off all 5 champions. And then each of those hits has a chance to proc his mastery. Wow, that's insane. Insane. And you're going to be so surprised with the damage that this guy does. So surprised. And then it's going to be 30% as well, because they're going to be under an HP burn. Okay. So yeah, I think that summarizes the whole passive. I just wanted to reread it again real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything there. But he has a really incredible kit. Okay, so let's take a look at his stats. He's got a very low base defense. He is not all the way leveled up. He is level 55, so this will go up a little bit more. His base attack is not crazy, and his base HP not crazy, but these stats are very, very important. Okay, he's going to be your slow boy, is what they call it, the slowest champion in the team. And you want his attack and his crit rate, crit damage as high as you can get it. He will need accuracy, and his HP and defense levels are going to be very important, as well as his speed. So with these unkillable teams, the speeds are so important, okay? We already showed the masteries, and just to clarify, he is booked, and yes, that is important. All right, in the rest of his team, the other two main people is going to be Maneater, and we want Maneater to run at 240 speed. We could definitely build some more crit stats into this, so there's a lot of potential with this build going forward. Painkeeper, another essential component here. She's at 216. Her crit stats really don't matter that much. She does not do that much damage. Both of these champions should have War Master as their most important stat. War Master on both. And they both do need to be booked. At least, wow, 2 books. And that's it. That's impressive, my dude. And then her combat tactics needs to be booked as well. It helps to do the all of the books if you can manage it. And I would recommend putting books into these skills as well, because Maneater can definitely do some damage for you. If you'll notice here on all 3 of these champions so far, all of the gear is not leveled up to 16. And there's definitely an opportunity to improve this build even more by doing just that, okay? Add those books, level up the gear on these champions, try to get him into crit damage gloves while keeping the same speed. His attack percentage chest is very important. Okay, so there's a lot of room to improve on this build. Next up, we have some kind of customization, okay? On Spirit Affinity, we are going to use Draco and Ghostborn, okay? Draco and Ghostborn. And you're going to need some extra champions if you do the budget Unkillable, because the clan boss has to target your slowest champion, which is Geomancer in most of the affinities, okay? Draco here has the accuracy needed for the clan boss. He's going to be at 177 speed. Really good attack, as much as you can get there. And we could definitely build some better crit stats into this build as well. Okay. He's going to have War Master, and he should have books as well. Okay. Now, the weird thing is, in this build, he's never going to do his decreased defense and weaken with his AI. And I, for the life of me, cannot understand why that is. But I ran through this comp before the video, and he never does it. What he will do is he will do his poison, then he'll do 2 A1s, then his skills will reset with Painkeeper, and then he'll do his poison again. And that is very strange to me. I don't understand it. But that is okay, actually, because Geomancer, if you recall, brings the weaken. And then we have Ghostborn, who's going to do the decreased defense. Okay, his other abilities don't really matter, but they are pretty hard-hitting. He does have a decreased defense on his A1 as well as on his A3, so that should be up the entire fight. And you do need to build some accuracy in him. So if we take a look at his stats here, his speed at 175, very important. He does have some pretty decent crit stats, although his attack could be higher. You know, getting into some more matching sets could be very important here. But we do have some very nice crit damage gloves that we just need to pop up to 16. Getting your crit damage amulets up to 16, really easy ways to improve this. And we don't even have books on the Ghostborn, okay? So, man, there's so many ways to improve this comp going forward. And again, War Master is going to be essential. That's the team that we're going to showcase today with the Geomancer, because this is Spirit Affinity on his clan boss today. But you're also going to use this on Void Affinity as well, okay? When it comes to Force, the Force Affinity, you are going to use Occult Brawler instead, if I can find him here. Okay, he's also got War Master. You do not want to book him. Oof, he's booked. Because you want him to use his A1 as much as possible. But when the AI fix comes out, we can just turn this off, okay? But he is going to be 176 speed. He can do some damage, so putting some crit stats on him would be better. And the accuracy is important as well. On these champions, the HP and defense is very, very important. And if you get the HP and defense wrong, it could really mess up your entire team. So keep that in mind. And if you're interested in a dedicated guide on the budget Unkillable, maybe I can do that at some point. But I feel like I'm going over the majority of things right now. On Magic Affinity, we are lucky enough on this account to have a second Draco. So he's going to be running the 2 Dracos. He's going to run Brachus and then the Maneater and Painkeeper. Okay, and again, the 118 speed. And so if it is a Magic Affinity, then unfortunately you have to take the Geomancer out, which is the coolest part about this, you know, this whole video. We're talking about him today. And again, with the gearing, we don't even have a banner here. Okay, so tons of room to improve this. And then we need to find Brachus as well to show him off, just so you have the full kit. Okay, Brachus actually should have Giant Slayer. There's a fly in my room. Because he has this 6-hitter. And being able to do that ability will trigger that that mastery quite often. We do have all the books here. Brachus, very good damage dealer, old school clan boss champion. And then let's take a look at his total stats. The 175 speed. This is the best built champion so far. 103, 247, 4800 attack. And again, the defense and HP important to get to those levels as well. So, I know that you're really interested to see all of the damage that Geomancer can do, but I really felt that it was necessary to go over the comp before we get into actually seeing the run. So let's come down here to Ultra Nightmare, and he has definitely put in some work today, so you can see the damage potential is definitely there. But let's go over the run here, because this is the most confusing setup against the Spirit Affinity, which I was actually pretty surprised about. So, with the budget Unkillable team, you are going to do Maneater's A3 first, and then you're going to do Painkeeper's A3 first as well. Okay? Now, you we'll just go ahead and do the poisons and get that going. And then we'll do the decreased defense on Ghostborn. Now, Maneater can do way more damage than this, what he just did now. And we want to save this A3 for till turn 5. Like right at the end, right before we hit auto, we want to save this, okay? I feel like I need to double check that turn count. Let me just double check this message real quick. Don't use Geomancer's A3 until after the first stun. Oh, no. So that's not going to be turn 5. So I'll show you that here in a second. But either way, we're going to do the A2 first. And you'll notice we removed the buff there. Now, Painkeeper would normally do her A2 here. And on the other affinities, she would. But on this one... Oh, okay. I just had them backwards. The Painkeeper is going to wait until turn 5. The Geomancer is going to do his sooner. Did I just screw that up? Pretty sure I just screwed that up. So, yes, I killed the fly. So let's just let's just go through this, and then I'll run through it again, and we'll reload. Okay, and then you're A1ing. And see how much this impacts. The reason this works is because he's so slow, he still has the Unkillable, but yet the clan boss still targets him. Okay, A1 on Maneater. And now we're on turn 3. Now we want to do the HP burn, because we want that up for the AoE hits with his passive. Yeah, Draco can A1, doesn't matter. A1 again. And A3. And we need to manual this up until turn 6, I believe. So we'll go ahead and do that. A3. A2 on Maneater here. A1 on Ghostborn. A2 on Geomancer. Most of these don't matter which ability you choose for these champions. Now, this is where we were supposed to do Painkeeper's A2, right here, until turn 5. So, I don't think anything was different about that, but let's go ahead and just see. Okay, the stun came on him, so we should be good to hit auto from here. So let's just watch this and see if that actually made a difference. I thought that it worked like that on every clan boss. No, it definitely didn't. Okay, so that did mess up the turn order on Spirit. So let me go ahead and log back in, and then we'll go through that turn order again for you. And practicing your turn order is pretty important for these clan boss teams. It's the hardest thing, but you get used to it. Once you go through it multiple times, then you'll learn what to do. Okay, scene change. I had to get ready. I'm going to a birthday party. And, okay, so what are we doing? We are showing your clan boss rotation on Spirit Affinity, and the last one that we showed was the normal rotation for the other affinities. Okay, so let's come in here and let's make sure that we're doing things correctly. So, Maneater is going to do his A3. And then Painkeeper is going to do her A3. They're unkillable. That's good. I'm going to do decreased defense and weaken on Draco. It doesn't really matter. We'll do the A3 there. We'll A1 on Maneater. We'll A1 on Geomancer. And then we're going to skip Painkeeper's A2. Okay. Now we'll A2 with Draco. Just A1 again with Maneater. We'll A2 with Ghostborn. And then we'll A1 again with Painkeeper. Stun goes over to Geomancer. A1 with Maneater. And now we want to do his A3. A1 with Draco. A1 with Painkeeper. A1 and A3 with the Maneater. Now, if you see all those damages there, that's all from the Reflect on Geomancer, which is crazy. A3 with Painkeeper. I'm going to do the decreased defense and weaken again, just because it wasn't up there. A1 or A2 with Maneater should be fine. A1 or A2. Get to see all the different abilities. And then you see all of those proc again. Now it's turn 5. And let's see. Painkeeper. Wait, basically you skip the Painkeeper's A2 until just before the second stun, when everyone is naked with buffs except the slow boy. So do I need to do this one more time then? Okay. Okay. And then Painkeeper's going to get a second turn on turn 5. And on her second turn of turn 5, then you do that ability. And now you hit auto. Now we should be synced and ready to go. And we can just watch the fireworks here. Okay. Making sure that you hit that A2 for Painkeeper on the second turn of hers on turn 5 is one of the most important keys to success. Okay. Now, why does this actually work? Okay. One of the these clan boss strategies are very complex, guys. Very complex. And one of the reasons why they work is because with these speeds, the champions will get a double turn. Okay, you saw there on turn 5, Painkeeper's getting a double turn. Maneater will also get a double turn at some point to make sure that his cooldown comes back around at the right amount of time. And then with this particular setup, the budget Unkillable, you have this very slow champion, which will keep the Unkillable buff for an extra turn. So your slow champion is going to be unkillable for all 3 turns. And then by making the clan boss's AI target the slow champion, or the slow boy as he's called, then what will happen is he will get targeted. Your other champions can just chill at low HP and they will never get targeted. Okay? And that's why when we were going over the champions, I kept saying their HP and defense is so important. And all of those things need to happen so that the clan boss will target Geomancer here. Or in against Magic Affinity, he has to switch out the Geomancer to that other Draco like we mentioned. The downside of the budget Unkillable is you do have to level up multiple champions, not just the 5 on the team, okay? You have to remember to swap champions out, but the requirements are very low, okay? Yes, you do need 1 Maneater, and yes, you do need Painkeeper. The rest of the champions can be swapped out. You know, the rest of the champions can be swapped out. But I think with Geomancer as the slow boy, I think you can 1-key Ultra Nightmare with this setup. I really believe that that's possible. So hopefully Thorball will keep working on this, and he will be able to get this to a 1-key. But as of right now, it's going to be a solid 2-key Ultra Nightmare. Very easy 2-key. Okay? And that's really the sweet spot that you want to be in, is 2-keying Ultra Nightmare. So before I forget in the video, I just want a special thanks to Thorball, who approached me about doing this video. He's part of the Claw Cluster, and I've made a lot of friends in that cluster. I've done, we don't say cluster, the group of clans, the group of Claw clans. But I've made a lot of friends in those clans, and I've helped a lot of people out on their accounts. So if you need help building one of these teams, please let me know. I'm happy to do it. I do that all the time on stream or off stream for people. And, building your clan boss team can be very, very challenging. So I'm always here to help you if you need it. And I've done a lot of work for the Claw members. So Thorbaugh, thank you so much for letting me on your account today. Let's just, as a reminder, watch Draco's AI here just for clarification, because it is so strange that he will not do that decrease defense and weaken. Okay, so after that hit, Draco should come in here in A1, and then after that, he should come in and A2. So let's see if he actually does that. Here's A2 with the poisons, and now he's going to do A1, A1, A3. I mean, A1, A1, A2. He's going to do his basic attack twice, and then he's going to do his poisons. He's never going to do decreased defense and weaken. There's his A1 again. That is so weird to me, guys. So weird to me that he would do that. I don't know if the AI update that's coming out is going to change that. Maybe it will, but I'm not sure. But there's the poisons again. So adding Ghostborn in this team is actually pretty ingenious, if I have to say. And then obviously the Geomancer provides the weaken and the HP burn. So we have HP burn, we have weaken, we have decreased defense, we have increased attack with Ghostborn, which I didn't really focus on, but that's going to add some damage as well. And we have the poisons from Draco, and then Geomancer is actually going to be the highest damage dealer in this group, I think, because of his passive. So I think Thorbaugh, this would even make Deadwood Jedi smile for this comp here, and I'm definitely going to share it with him because I think that he will really love this as well. So we are coming into the last leg here, and you can already see we're above the 35 million damage that we need to 2 key Ultra Nightmare, and we're just continuing to rise, right? But most of our damage is done. We have a couple more turns left, and I want you guys to put your comments below with any questions you have about this comp, okay? Number 1, what's the coolest part? Number 2, what are your questions below? Okay, and I love cool strategies like this. So if you have your own cool strategy that you would like to share with me and share with my YouTube community, please message me and let me know. I'm always interested in cool and interesting, unique strategies like this. And that way I can share them with everyone in the community. So I'm thinking we're going to end around 48, maybe 49, 50 million damage here in the last couple turns. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up the video. But this has been a really cool strategy. Geomancer's passive, his kit is so interesting. And I think we're just scratching the surface of what he's capable of. I think he can be used in a lot of other areas in the game. Do any of you use Geomancer already? Do you have him built? And where do you use him? Let me know in the comments below, because he is a really, really cool new champion. Let's turn 49. We did hit 50 million damage. Let's go. 50 million damage with the budget Unkillable. And Geomancer still procs there. 51.6. And take a look at this. Geomancer did more damage than Draco. What on earth? Okay. But again, tons of more potential in this build for more damage. Tons more potential, and I've gone over the ways to increase that. You can apply those in your own clan boss team as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm MtgJedi. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and tune in for some other videos on my channel. We'll see you guys in the next one.